Well, great morning, everyone. I was just looking, and my phone says that by 2050, most of the world will be too hot to host Summer Olympic Games. So, what does the tarot have to say about that? We're just going to do a couple real short little things here. What about the 2050 games? Okay. Well, it looks like we're kind of being inside, and the what's happening with it. So going into it, we have the actions being able to be done, controlling the actions, and yes, mentally, that they are going to be a bit tied up with it. You're going to have to more than likely be inside than outside is what it is saying. So 2050, yeah, not looking good for outside summer games. Now let's look at the winter games. Let's go ahead and check that out. What about 2050 winter games? Let's see what it says on that. So at the center of it, it's what's being shared. What can be shared for the winter games? Juggling, balance, okay, and new actions. So they may have to look at doing things a little differently as well, 2050, because there could be some hidden things going on during that time. Okay, now another thing we're going to look at is that we have the Trump campaign. JD Vance is trying to it's kind of, I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Because Walls was saying that they're weird. We're not weird. You're the ones that are weird. It's like, really? Schoolyard. So what about that? We're not weird. You're the ones that are weird. Yeah, it's mentally tied up. This is really bugging them that they came out with this, that you're weird, okay? And rapidly, so going into it rapidly, he's wanting to fight against that, okay? He's mentally tied up with it, really, really, really bothering them with this. Oh my God. So let's look at how happy is Trump with JD Vance, okay? Yeah, JD Vance lives right around the corner from a gay club. It's very convenient, isn't it? Honey, I gotta go out and get some, something from the store. Yeah, I'll be back in a while, okay? So at the center of it, yeah, he is, it's about the struggle he's having with JD Vance, okay? When it comes to their energy and things, he is absolutely having to fight through this. Ooh, going into it, we have it wanting to have an ending of, and the other side of it, the strength, that he thinks that JD Vance is not enhancing his strength now. Now, when he went into it, he thought this is going to be something, because there's too much judgment underneath of it all coming out. But he thought JD Vance is even more Magatonian than the rest of them. He was really kissing up. And his son, chip off the old block, another doofus, the one with the powdered sugar donuts all the time. Yeah, right. So what does Trump think of his son now, who talked him into having JD Vance? Okay. He's looking deeper into this, and he's kind of Seems like he's kind of backed off with things, distancing maybe from him, going into it, feeling a bit hogtied with things, shall we say. And yeah, he's he's out in the cold with this and feeling wounded, and a manipulation going. I think Daddy is distancing himself from the chip off the old block. Yeah. Oh my goodness, not looking good for him, is it? So what's up with Eric? We haven't heard from Eric for a while. We see his wife Lara, who thinks she's a great singer. Fingernails on a blackboard. She sings nasal, all nasal, and it's just like, it is so annoying. If you sing and you hear somebody singing and they're nasally, oh my Lord. But what's happening with Eric? Let's look and see. So he's just, yeah, I'm retreating. I'm armored up. I'm retreating. Retreating. Mentally just doesn't want to be in it. Trying to gain some balance, temperance. I need to back off of it and ending it. Oh, he's really not wanting to be involved now. Strong. He's not wanting to be involved. Okay, that's interesting. He's really trying to keep out of it as much as he can. So what does he think about his wife, about Lara, being right up there, engaging in this? The wheel. Yeah, it's kind of spinning. These things are spinning is what it looks like. Now we have going into it the strong ideology, mental thing when it comes to what she is holding on to and doing, and wanting to see a different action. Okay, so it looks like they're maybe having some karmic things. Is there trouble in paradise for Lara and Eric? Is there trouble in paradise for them? At the center of it, it's about what's being held to, the fruitfulness and control of everything when it comes to the daily stuff. We have going into it the merchant, what's being sold, what's being done, and their history underneath of it all. Yeah, the message about the action. Okay. I would say he's not really thrilled with it. Okay. This message that she's supporting Daddy Dearest, his Daddy Dearest. So looking at their history. What about Lara's singing? Let's look and see what the tarot has to say about the singing. Okay. So going into it, the strength of it, let's see what the tarot has to say about the strength of her singing. New information coming out about it. Okay. New information that she's trying to, the takeaway, mentally the takeaway, what she's trying to get away with the offering, okay, what's being offered up. Okay, so I'm going to pull a few more cards with it, that she's trying to get away with it, offering up that she's some sort of a singer. I don't think so. So let's see, the new information of the strength of it is what's being shared with the strength and trying to get away with it, not liking what's being presented, okay, and people are in agreement with it, what the offering is, that they're really not thrilled with her singing, okay. She thinks she's fabulous. like I said, she sings through her nose, and it's so irritating when you have somebody that does that. And then there's always those ones that can't sing that want to think that promote that they're such great singers, and yeah. So what is happening with Trump today? What about his mental health? Let's look at Trump's mental health today. Mentally, new information about his mental health, the choices made in life, where he's going, his path, the beginning and the end of his path, what's happening with it. And it's about Trump. So we're going to pull some more cards. What's being worked on? Okay, we're going to look at what's being worked on with that. New information. It looks like maybe there might be some concern with his mental health, because with his life path and new information coming out now, somebody has got some information about it, holding on to what's gathered and collected. The new information, something is being built. They're trying to construct it because he is toxic, okay? Underneath of it, toxic. Yeah, mentally, his flights of fantasy, ever more toxic, and people are looking at this, what he's doing. I think it's Kamala. Kamala, he cannot deal with it, okay? And so that's what's building up his toxicity, and things are what's happening with him. So let's look at his physical health. We looked at his mental health. Kamala just, she's got it together. She's holding this information. She's got it together, and he is just losing it. He is so toxic with this. So what about Trump's physical health? Okay, at the center of it, we have a victory. What kind of victory is there when it comes to his physical health, the actions of it? Tied up, a bit tied up. Okay, he's having some kind of constrictions. Mental constrictions look like it is affecting his physical health. Yeah, the toxicity of it. And about Kamala, that he is, yeah, that's not good. So let's see, when it comes to him being tied up and the victory with it ending, okay, this is really affecting his physical health too, okay? What's being offered up, his victory with his toxicity, what's being offered up and being worked on and building up, okay? And this is his life path. I did shuffle all those cards, and you see I cut the deck, and I'm not picking them one by one. So again, the same thing's coming out again, that this is very toxic for him. This trying to gain this victory over Kamala. Mentally, this is, and physically, he's tied up with this. His mental stuff is affecting his physical health. And what he's offering, this toxicity again, it's all affecting him physically as well as mentally. So he is in decline. He is in decline. Let's go ahead and ask as well. He's coming up for sentencing. He's not getting out of it. So what's going to happen with sentencing of Trump? What's going to take place? Ooh, doing him in. Mentally, this is really like losing his lifeblood. He's out in the cold. He is just, again, another thing. The harsh reality of this, the truth that's coming down with it, of what's being offered, okay? And because of his toxicity, okay? Karma is at his door. So the wheel, yeah, there it is, the wheel. Karma is at his door. Can't make this up, okay? So what's coming up is the victory. When it comes to laying him low with what's been offered, it's a tower moment for him. And he has faced that loss. When it comes to sentencing, it is not, again, he's already so toxic and just really having a difficulty because of Kamala, and now the sentencing on top of it is making it even worse for him. He is really in a bad way with this, really in a bad way. Oh my Lord. Will he even make it to the elections? Is he going to make it to the elections? Will he make it through the elections? Let's put it that way. Will he make it through the elections? Let's look and see. The center of it, it's what's being handed out. What's being handed out. The wheel is turning, okay? On one side of it, we have the wheel and his, on the other side of it, we have his, barking mad scenario. Some people, when the full moon, they just get a little cray-cray. But he's just really, all the stuff being handed down is really affecting him. And he's going into even more delusion. So let's look at the wheel and what's being handed. New things are coming, opening up in this path. What's going on for him karmically is coming in. And it's what's being handed out. It's going to be more of his, what he's trying to sell, and even more delusional from what it was. Okay, again, more toxicity. More toxicity when it comes to trying to figure out his next move and stuff. What's coming up. Now, when I see what's coming up with this next move, trying to figure out, things are fluid still at this point. And so when he's holding this, look at kind of like the future. What's holding the toxicity? Will he make it? Will he not? Depends on what his choices are, okay? But yeah, it's not looking good for Trump. Wow. Will he get rid of JD Vance? I just feel this sick feeling in the pit of my stomach when I look at that with him and JD Vance. Yeah, almost wanting to regurgitate with things. So will he get rid of JD Vance? He's looking at these things for the long haul, and things are not moving well. It's like stagnant. He got this guy for the long haul to benefit, but is feeling stagnant when it comes to that. Now we're looking at the Democrats. When it comes to the Democrats, also could be emotionally what he's holding. The light, let's see what the light is on this subject, that this is something that he is fighting through with. He's still trying to fight through. He doesn't ever want to be wrong. And the Democrats and the things, there's that very strong, just, feeling with him that he is stronger than the Democrats. The Democrats, I think he feels that they are weak, etc. When it comes to the long-term thing, there is an agreement with it. about this opening up some opportunity, and again, underneath of it all, the wheel is turning. What's crossing it is the wheel is turning. So I think it has to be more of an agreement, shedding light on an agreement going forward, whether to keep Vance or not, because this is something that they are fighting through with it. You know, I don't know why he thinks it. I think it's because Project 2025. Maybe Teal has something to do with it. Is this because of the donors? Let's look and see. Are the donors having something to do with this, keeping Vance in place? Do they see him carrying on as if something happens to 45 and he's taken out one way or another? Do they see Vance as just so power hungry that he will fulfill Project 2025? He's young enough to go in there and do that. A loss. There's a feeling of loss with this. Okay, let's see what else we have. There's a struggle with it, a feeling of loss. I think there is some arguments with it when it comes to an ending for this. Okay, let's see what we have. The higher ups, the sage advice about this, and also 2025 and the evil angel churches, that evil evangelicals feel like perhaps they're facing some loss and struggling with an ending, some hidden things in there with the struggles with this, and feeling of perhaps the loss. It's about the message of the actions going forward, and just the cup of what they're doing, and some feeling of retreating there. Now let's go ahead and put this in the center of the hidden things and see what it has to be about, because I have no idea what they're up to. What is this feeling of loss? A feeling of loss for what? For Trump, losing Trump as a head, or do they feel they're losing JD Vance? Do they feel like maybe he's not the best? Let's see what we have. So when it comes to what's being hidden, it's about looking deeper. Okay, they're pulling back and they're looking deeper about the next action, what to do with this. Okay, trying to figure out the future and the actions concerning this. So one side we have, this is what they're struggling with, pushing through, feeling perhaps that they are, on edge with things. The other side of it, there are arguments going on with it. Okay? There is some delusion popping up with the drama when it comes to the ultimate action, who's controlling the power of it. And again, we've got the burden of the evil angel church and things, and ones that are trying to continue forward with that, with their illusion and feeling backed against the wall. Who's in power, and the struggle with that. Looking deeper. So it's that 2025, the evil angel church, those dark evangelicals that are trying, to push this corruption. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you online.